have poop. The leg.
Gachalife is the worst children.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the fuck is this? Fucking sponge cake!
Gachalife is the worst children.
You know that quote people say when they state children are the future?
I would be doing the Tide Pod challenge.
I love children.
This isn't without its reasons. They are the next generation to do whatever it is they will do on this planet. So it's important that they are influenced to make the right decisions in the upcoming decades. But in some aspects, I feel like people have been going backwards on this motive. Which brings us to today's subject, Gacha Life. Gacha Life, without a doubt, is the worst game designed for children by a long shot, and nothing really comes close. It's a fantastic example of what a fandom can end up doing to your title. It is a terrible game, whether if it's the gameplay, its community, the purpose of it, and good god, the fandom.
Gacha life. Gacha life.
Gachalife.
Now, in case it wasn't obvious enough, this video is going to contain some nasties that lie underneath this game for minors. We'll be diving into topics such as gambling, fandoms, vor, and whatever this is. With all the memes that I'll be putting in this video aside, this is going to be a very serious video. With all the memes that I'll be putting in this video aside, this is going to be a very serious video diving into very serious topics. So if you're sensitive to that, I highly recommend clicking off the video. Now, before we even dissect the community and explore the various topics of eating, what in the hell even is this game? Well, at its absolute core, it's a game about customizing characters and playing/using them to create your own story. A roleplay, essentially. There are, of course, other ways to play this game as well, but this is typically the main reason people use it. Alright? Alright, so, what's the problem? Okay, well, first things first, what on earth is this menu? Why are there so many buttons? Who is this? What is that? The navigation in this game from menu to menu is just horrible. I know a lot of modern game titles also have this issue with just overly complex menus and settings, but this game was designed for minors. So do you think a more simplified layout would help them learn about the game more smoothly? But I guess not. Once you get past the menu though, it has a lot of features you'd expect from a kid's game. A collection of short, simple minigames. And a sanitized, kid-friendly theme revolving around most characters. Most characters.
Hamburger.
Actually, wait, no. Not even the game gets all that right. Because this game wouldn't be a proper children's title without loot boxes. Yep. Yep, as if this was somehow not illegal. Gacha Life has its own gambling system for children to spend all their lovely parents' money on. Basically, Gacha Life uses gems as their online currency, and you actually start out with a decent chunk of these gems when you first begin the game. So what can you use these for? You can use them for talking to people. One of the ways you can play this game is by hitting the life category. Where you can explore worlds of gacha characters to your heart's content. But, wait a minute.
Something ain't right.
In order to engage in basic communication with these guys, you need gems as a mean of stamina. There you can level up with your XP. But once you're out of stamina, well, you have two options. You can either grind for the rest of the day to get back your gems, or you can go to the wonderful shop, where you can buy up to $20 worth of gacha gems. Wow. Despite the game a wave of children getting addicted to gambling, it doesn't look like the Gacha series is planning to stop the system anytime soon, as their sequel, Gacha Studio, still is plagued with this problem. What makes this frustrating is just how useless it all is in the end. The game is meant for role-playing and making scenes. It's honestly hard to even call this a game at all. So why implement a gambling system when it clearly doesn't need it? Why add it other than nothing more than just pure greed? And the worst part is that the loot itself kinda sucks. So it's a lose-lose. It's such a weird system too. You spend all this time getting back your stamina by using the gems to just talk to more NPCs. And sometimes the dialogue is just alien. And of course, it wouldn't be bad enough without random loot boxes you can open. Because how else are we gonna get money from our wonderful fanbase? Oh, and the fanbase. So we're now at the part of the video where we're stepping out of the gameplay itself, and more of into the people that play Gacha Life. So the fan base of Gacha Life is a bit, strange, and obsessive, and predatory. I don't think I've ever seen a fandom more ravenous than Gacha Life. It is truly all the bad parts of a fandom into one, and that's it. Children, weird OCs, fanships, sexual fantasies, and old men. Sexual fantasies, and old men. Yeah, old men. If there's a children's game, there's gonna be someone much older preying on these children. And to be honest, I don't even think that's the worst part if you believe me. Easily the worst part about the fandom is just how accessible it is. Now you might be watching this and thinking to yourself, Mr. SOURNALE, you are cherry-picking these examples and the fandom is not that bad. Okay, fair enough. It's not all about fantasies. 1% of the time. 1% of the time. Typically with any game, you have to search quite hard in order to find the most insane people of a fandom. Here, all I have to do is search Gacha Life, and this is my first result. The moment you look up Gacha Life, you are already in the fandom. So what exactly is the content of most Gacha Life videos? Well, the first thing you'll probably see are stolen TikTok compilations with extremely predatory thumbnails. Content which is never actually seen in the video. Most of the content inside, you'll get weird kissing scenes, love stories, guns, and... oh, and of course, there's the occasional just painfully unfunny joke.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Typically a lot of this content will fall under this category called memes. No, not the comedic memes. It's called animation memes, and it typically has characters either bob their head up and down to random music, or have themselves be put in some pretty dark settings. Or both. Actually, tell you what, you know what those eyes remind me of? Hang on, wait. Give me a second. I mean, can you even spot the difference? And easily the weirdest part about this content is that it's extremely popular. There is a demand and market for this kind of stuff. For reference, my most popular video I've made is the Teletubbies Broken Masterpiece one, ranking in at around 2 million views. A 44-minute video that took me 3 months to complete, on an editing software that wasn't even designed for those kind of videos, on a 64GB iPad, while also not being monetized at the time, making it purely for fun. And even when the video was done, after all that chaos editing it, it would take me another 10 months for it to just get 10,000 views, before it finally popped off in March of 2022. This YouTuber here makes a 16-minute Gacha Life video, and in the span of 3 years, gets 37 million views. And what exactly is the content? So yeah, my channel is screwed. I can't compete with these numbers. Oh, and let's go back to those TikTok compilations. Yeah, TikTok. If you thought some of the gacha content on YouTube was bad, check out TikTok. Now, in their defense, it does look like they're taking steps to restrict the content. You can no longer even look up Gacha Life. You can still bypass the system though for the most part, but since we're on the topic of TikTok, I should also bring up YouTube Shorts, which is not only even more predatory due to the less stricter rules, but it actively encourages it. A typical code word for 18+ content on Gacha Life is heating, which I'm sure is about as weird as you can imagine. And even if you didn't look at the heating part of Gacha Life, you will still get 18+ content without even having to scroll that far. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
18+? Hello? And because of the way TikTok's algorithm works, where the more content of something you watch, the more likely you are to get it, you will always be getting Gacha Life feeding. YouTube Shorts breeds this kind of content and breeds viewers who enjoy this content, who in all likelihood are literally babies. So yeah, Gacha Life psychologically damages the developing brains of kids. Could it get any worse? Yeah. So of course, if there's gonna be a game whose demographic is made up of kids, but the content itself is leading to adulthood, there's gonna be the occasional
Ether file.
Yeah, I don't want to say that word, so I'm just gonna refer to them as old men. And
Ether file.
yeah, I don't want to say that word, so I'm just gonna refer to them as old men. And hold up, wait a minute. Because YouTube doesn't see this stuff as YouTube Kids content, the comment sections are on. Oh no. And I'm sure you can imagine how strange the comment section is gonna be. In fact, let's actually take a look.
The first one, she really thought she was a baddie. When the girl left her toys on the ground and then the mother slapped her, then I was like, how could you slap your child? But I still like it. Keep it a 5 up. Melon. The third one is racing! Oh, I'm so sluts. Why is the black girl the bad guy? Like, kids watch this. This is a bad example to kids. Welcome, my... Hola. Hello, abusive mother. Why so shocked with the transgender son? Like, what did you want to so other than kill her like you were shocking her like, hey, I love you. Aw, if your mom is dead, I'm sorry for your loss.
And now for something completely different. Thankfully, YouTube has been attempting to tackle these huge issues on their platform, but it's just not good enough at the moment. You can still get away with so much. And honestly, a lot of the videos are rewarded for their sketchy content. I can't believe I have to say this, but TikTok has better restriction guidelines than YouTube at the
You crazy. Down, boy. Look at your gross face.
At least when it comes to gacha life eating. And even if the YouTube guidelines were far stricter to avoid these issues, what's stopping these old men from just going to YouTube Shorts, which practically promotes this kind of behavior? And even if there wasn't pedophilia, even if there wasn't 18 plus content on a children's game, the gacha life community has built up quite a reputation of being extremely toxic. Imagine the FNAF fandom at its peak in 2014 to 2016, but on LSD, steroids, while also having 12 heart attacks all at the same time. And that's the Gacha Life comment section. And yes, I understand Gacha Life specifically is not unique to this problem, but it's definitely the worst fandom I've seen in quite a while. And nothing really compares. If there's a lesson that you should take from this, it's that Gacha Life is not safe for work, and not safe for kids. It's a weird game with loot boxes and gambling, overly complicated menus, a toxic fanbase, and a creepy fanbase, all hidden right under that 9+ rating. So yeah, stay away from Gacha Life, please. And yes, not everyone in the Gacha Life community is mentally insane. Only a majority. But seriously, if you want a more refined role-playing experience that doesn't include pay-to-win mechanics and a toxic fanbase, then just go play Duck Life. You're literally pretending to be a duck and it's awesome.